Any takers for the intro?
I can do it.
No? Home court advantage?
Home court advantage.
Yeah, alright.
Cool. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Play It Up podcast. Today we're here in my extremely hot and humid games room in Mount Gravatt, Queensland, Australia. We've had a lot of rain, so I've spent today cleaning up my garage and trying to move as much water as I can out from the garage at the moment. I can actually still see a little trickle behind the cabinets over the other side, but not in a position to move a camera and not really inclined to do that either. But the lucky thing is we were able to get everything cleaned up in time and have these gentlemen here grace us with their presence. So I believe that you know everybody, so not really worth making the rounds, I guess.
I'm Neil.
You sure are. Wait. So yes, thank you for joining us this very hot summer day, and we've got a special episode planned. So we'll go through the final planned recap of BPAC that we had been planning the last couple of episodes, but you know, I wouldn't say through being disorganised, but through being disorganised we actually haven't covered. So
correct.
And I don't really have anything further to add. I feel like I've talked enough already, so without any further ado.
I think that was just enough.
Oh, thank you. Shut up.
Yeah. So a bit of a Christmas episode.
I forgot my Christmas hat.
It's close to Christmas. We got 10 days. Holy shit!
Hey.
Didn't realise that.
I like how you take your watch for that, which was good.
It's got the date.
So it does.
Yeah.
It does have the date.
And yeah, we're going to talk about what we're excited to play coming up after we talk about BPAC.
Yeah.
What we're excited to play
During the break.
during the break. Some
Christmas
people might
festival
call it the
holidays.
end of year gooch. I don't know. I would never call it that.
Yeah.
Would
It's
never come up with that.
a bit crass for you, isn't it?
It's a bit disgusting.
It's not highbrow enough for you.
It gets the point across though.
Christmas gooch.
Yeah, the old Christmas gooch. It's like the Grinch, but not as
Arcade.
yeah. And we've got all the results from BPAC and talk about how that went, and I guess that's about it. Yeah. I wasn't there. Did you guys have a bloody awesome time? I was in Germany.
BPAC was a very busy time, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I can imagine.
awesome though, like
Yeah.
really well set up at Maruka and new digs, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Maruka Bowls Club.
Yeah.
It's called the Clubhouse. Eh?
Yeah.
Hello to everyone at the clubhouse, except the secretary. Probably won't say hello to him, but everybody else, hello.
Yeah, that bloke.
Just kidding, Aaron.
Yeah.
So that was first year clubhouse, and my first day on site was a few days before the event. Just popped in to see what I could do to help, and just help with a little bit of decoration, help Mikey test some CRTs.
A lot of decoration, not a little.
some of which sadly didn't make it through the event. We had some CRT casualties through the event as well.
Yeah, sadly.
And it was I wouldn't say it was a bad year for the Concab. It was definitely a bit of a dicey one for it, because we had quite a few technical problems that we had to try and work through with a compressed time frame, but it was still the same, a high level of quality from all the machines in the end, but kind of at the last minute. So we want to do that differently next year, or this coming year moving forward. So the first couple of days, setting up as one would expect. I think trying to work out the digs in the marquee was interesting.
Yeah,
and
that was...
just work out the table layout, the cool tablecloths.
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Was,
That worked out well, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Old BPAC banners with tablecloths. Just
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, otherwise they just wouldn't get used, I guess, right?
No.
That's why we used them.
Yeah.
I think Mike saw a bunch of them in a box, and they weren't getting put up, and so he went and asked Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "Yeah, do it."
Heaps of spares.
That's
So
awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. And yeah, you were there a few days.
A few days prior to helping out, and so I was there with Mikey and with John and Adam and Tanya as well, and Kibby there helping set up the AV, and Joe Wade and his gang of merry men setting up all the pinball streaming equipment and their very impressive looking pinball streaming setups that they've got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those things that you can just wheel around.
Yeah, the rigs that they wheel around.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Yeah, those are cool.
And Joe's tech as well is insane. It's huge.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's like a
Joe's
massive
got it
desktop.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all over the streaming stuff. Eh?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, oh yeah.
On your Joe.
Yeah, so it was just a lot of that. Part of it, I think, was exciting about going to a new venue because we were figuring out where we could put everything and just how everything would get set up, because we didn't really have any rollout plans. It was more an idea of just trying to get everything into the venue, and we knew that it was going to be a slightly reduced footprint, but just the layout was quite different to previous years at Brewdog, where it was just a big open space, and we didn't have that this year at all. But from a few separate reports that from pinball players specifically was that it was actually a more comfortable event to play in, because you were standing on carpet for the majority of the day instead of like standing on really hard, solid ground. So it was actually a bit friendlier on the knees and back for people playing over the long term. So kind of cool that we have access to a venue like that. What can I tell you about the arcades? Obviously, arcade this year wasn't as heavy on as in previous years, which probably worked out as a good thing, because with the Kong machines that we had and the multitude of pinballs everywhere and the console setup, we were a little short on space. And the whole setup of trying to wheel all of the machines out into the public player every goddamn day was terrible. But it was a great idea. Like, you see it in concept. So we had. If you imagine you don't know the Clubhouse Maruka very well, it's a big, long, wide building like you would expect with many bowls clubs back in the day, because they're a big, wide building with multiple bowling greens. I think there would probably be 4 full-size bowling greens for what used to be the Maruka Bowls Club. So big, wide building that spans across all of those, and so it was a matter of trying to figure out, for those different areas where the clubhouse was broken into different segments across that whole area, where we put everything. And it turned out that we had a couple of extra marquees that were out on one of the greens that's used as a public space now. So there was one big one that was used for all the console and arcade, which was very good. I thought it was fun, but in a practical standpoint, trying to wheel all of the CRTs in and out every day.
Especially the big 68 centimetre guys, the big heavy boys.
I would say it was less than ideal. And then we also had a smaller marquee across the other side of this one green, and it was the public play area. So there were a few pinball machines that were put out there and a handful of arcade machines as well. And
every day, in and out.
They got taken in and out.
On the wheelie trolleys.
So we're in the trolleys and digging into the grass with the pinball machines and the arcades. And so there were, I think it ended up a couple of days over the event we didn't move them because it was just too much. But
as in you didn't take them out, or you just left them out?
No, just left them all in storage for a couple of days. But the days that there were more public events on, then they were definitely set up, like the Saturday and the Sunday. Totally all set up for all the families to come in and experience a little bit of what BPAC has to offer, and we didn't really want to just make it exclude everybody from the clubhouse, because that's where they usually go with their families anyway.
So it's for morning coffees as well.
It's
a very popular spot.
Being on the green, everyone. If you're in Maruka, drop by the clubhouse. It's classic.
Bacon and egg burgers in the morning. Oh my god, next level.
I will say the team from Being on the Green will probably have a little bit more prepared in the next year. I think they may have underestimated the appetites of all the volunteers that were there over the few days, because it was funny. Like, I was really happy to see that the little business got a lot of extra cash from our teams working there. But look, it was a lot of extra work for them. So I think that they were happy, but at the same time, kind of
probably 200 more people they see every day than a regular day.
So it was cool, but at the same time, damn. So
maybe they didn't get informed quite how many people, or maybe they just thought, we'll be right, not everyone's going to buy something.
Yeah, well, we didn't know either, really. We had a rough idea of probably how many sets of hands would have shown up, and I wasn't even involved in the committee in the last 12 months. I've rejoined as well, and I am again, but over the last 6 to 12 months prior to, I wasn't. And
I told them to let you back. But
yeah, well, but Jimmy knows better than to listen to you. And
damn, you were ready for that. All right, I got nothing.
So we had a lot of volunteers there, and but yeah, I guess again we didn't really know how many people were going to show up, because there were time slots that were sort of planned for people to rock up and offer to complete volunteer work, but I don't think that, apart from what Mike and Ree were doing, which was a lot, there weren't really people scheduled on sort of every day, and it was a bit of a sort of a work with what you've got situation, really, and which hopefully changes next year, because it was quite busy for a time. In the lead up to that, so we did a lot of decorating and setting up the venue in our own sort of special BPAC flavour. Trying to think if there was anything else of note that was worth mentioning. We've talked about the machines, all of the consoles getting set up. We talked about pinballs. All the comms were set up in the what I call like the function room,
with a nice service alley behind, nice spacious.
Yeah, we had to have a little service alley there,
That's great.
Tanya, myself, and
you can always get in behind it.
had to anyway. Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know if it's locked in yet, but it might be the same spot next year. I'm not sure, but yeah.
How many Comcaps?
It was either 8 or 9. It wasn't as many as in previous years, but the numbers that we had actually worked pretty well. I think.
Yeah, there was almost too much last time.
Yeah, we noticed like having 16 Comcaps was quite impressive to have such a big long lineup of dirty blue shit games to play. But
that is their second name, Dirty Blue Shit Game.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So we had 8 instead of 16, and I think after the last con off, we noticed that the top 8 that we're getting streamed off of, they were getting played quite a lot, but then the following 16 towards the end, they kind of got left, and no one really played them except for qualifiers.
Yeah.
So
there was a lot of gaps.
There wasn't really much point in trying to get as many set up, and not to mention, we probably could have fit in maybe another 4 at the most, but 8 seemed like it was a pretty good number to have there. And we had a backup machine there just in case something went nuclear bad, but overall it was really a PCB related sort of issue, and just trying to play around with like 43-year-old hardware now. 1981. So,
whoa, yeah.
So yeah, it's starting to get on a little bit, and every year we seem to have more and more problems, which is to be expected.
It's getting older and older, right? All this tech.
Just like all of us. Yeah.
We felt that with the consoles and the CRTs out there too. Same, just the age.
How many CRTs ended up dying?
Just 2.
Okay.
2, I think.
2 was it? I thought it was like 3 or 4. Like there was so I know David Clark brought in a replacement, didn't he, to replace one of the big 68s?
Yeah, Kibby's big 68 died.
Which had a beautiful picture as well, and
Tannehill's little PV, is it PVM or BVM?
Yeah,
it was one of the square box ones.
Yeah. It's depends. I think Sony had BVMs, broadcast something monitor, and then there's PVMs, which is professional.
Yeah, and that was a 14-inch looking thing, and running Donkey Kong Country on it.
So it was a Nintendo game that did it. Sorry, John.
Well, he must have hated to see a Nintendo game playing on his
No.
on his CRT.
He probably
we told him it was someone else's monitor, so...
And if you're listening, Kibby, as well, my spare 68 Trinitron is ready. If you ever want to borrow it or use it forever, whenever, it's a spare at home, so feel free to Yeah,
You might
just
have to take
let
it
me know.
to- What's the guy's name? John Ridgway or something.
Paul Ridgway.
Paul Ridgway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a CRP. I might take to him too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first comp we had in the arcade space was the classic arcade target match play, which was a new style of arcade event.
Yeah.
I think Neil competed. Neil and Dennis jumped and competed. Yeah.
Yep.
I missed it. I didn't see how it all went. I was running around back and forth and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, just if you could explain the format. Yeah.
The Donkey Kong cabs are all set up with 16-1s, and we played the 16-1 games by, I think it was random choice, so you get 4 random opponents come up against each other on a random game, and you have to play it for 5 minutes, and then you get a certain amount of points for if you come first, second, third, and fourth. So I think fourth doesn't get any points at all, and like first got like 4 points,
Right.
second 3, third 2, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Or maybe 3, 2, 1, 0.
Something like
I
that.
think is how it might usually go, but
So it was a race to try and get to 20 points or 16 points, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the target match play
okay.
was that you got X
Cool.
amount of points for certain games, and then you had to
And then they,
total of whatever, and that's how you get a place.
So continual 2-player versus, just everyone's trying to get points across the different matches.
2 player.
4 players.
Four-
Oh, 4 players.
Oh,
It-
but
it
it
was-
was
I'm
before
pretty
you
sure,
take
pretty sure it
turns.
was like first got 4 points, second got 2, third got 1, fourth got nothing,
Nice.
and it was like a 3 strikes thing.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was kind of, that was like the crux of like how it was structured. There might have been some difference in minutiae, but that was about it.
Cool.
And it was only 2 or 4-way games, right? Because the DK sticks would have just stayed on 4-way.
Yeah.
And
So we
cool.
got-
Making a mate way for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We went to just the draw. Like all the 16-1s had all the games enabled, but we only had the 4-way and 2-way games in the draw.
Yeah, right.
So then everybody would just scroll and find like whatever page, I don't know, Gallagher was on, and do that. So yeah, it was novel playing some of those games on Nintendo hardware, because those joysticks, they're great for playing Donkey Kong, but they are horrible for playing some games.
Yeah.
It was kind of a good equaliser that we all had to play on the same hardware that didn't particularly give anyone an advantage, that's for sure. It was fun. It was something different, and I think we didn't expect just how much everyone would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Really good.
So we had third place was Sean Tagg, or Mr. Tagster.
Oh,
Second place, John Tannehill. And first place went to Andrew Barrow.
Of course.
who?
Of course, yeah.
Even him.
Some guy from New Zealand, I don't know.
Jeez.
Hopefully we see John McNeil if they play that again next year.
yeah.
John McNeil and Shane Saul used to do 61 competitions
Yeah,
against each
yeah,
other.
yeah, they'd be up
So
there.
that would kick ass. Yeah, for sure.
And I wondered why I wasn't present. I was helping run and organise and set up and change consoles for the speedrunning event.
Oh, yeah.
We had an absolute blast playing that. We had the big, so it was 4 consoles, 4 big 68cm CRT, so 4 of the same console, same game, 4 big old TVs. Press start at the same time, press go at the same time, have a running race to the end of the level or whatever it would be. Yeah. And that was absolute barrel of fun. And we just
So good to watch.
we didn't register the placings for those, so I know all the guys had some great times and got some good placings and some pretty outstanding runs, but we just we haven't got the standings for those currently.
We thought Stephen Kerr definitely had a couple wins, right?
Yeah, I believe that Steve might have won it. Mark Bell would have gotten a place. I think that almost gotten a place because the New South Wales boys did really well in the speed running event. They came up and cleaned it up. It was really good.
That's it. So that was the Wednesday night, concurrently running with the 16-1 comp, the target match play.
Well, us Queenslanders are a bit slow, aren't we?
Yeah.
At least that's what they tell us. Yeah. Those Sydney, New South Wales, they're always in a rush.
I noticed they got like about 2 seconds on us, like just pressing the start button.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it?
We're having a chin wag about bananas and pineapples and 4X golds.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Sitting there
And we
staring
push
at the
start
start
when they
button.
say go.
Yeah.
And they push start when you say ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, ready,
when they say
start,
go,
set, go. Oh,
we crack our beers.
Cheers,
have
we
a
cheers.
speed.
Cheers, because
Yeah.
we're mates.
crack the 4X.
Yeah. Stephen wasn't cheersing me. I'm like, cheers. And
Yeah.
he's racing, and
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
saying cheers.
Oh, fuck.
Bit of
He's
a
sort of fair that you
disadvantage.
pick up the control.
Yeah,
It's not really fair.
Pretty rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But,
it.
There's no time to muck around in Sydney, mate.
So the games we had for that, for the 4 players, we had 4 Master Systems, all running Alex Kidd. We then had 4 NESs, regular Nintendos running Super Mario Brothers 1.
Yep.
And then we had Sonic 2. It was Sonic 2, not Sonic 1.
Ah,
Sonic 2 running on Mega Drives. And then we had Crash Bandicoot running on various Sony systems because the PS1's lasers weren't quite alive.
Yeah, right. So you had like a PSONE, right?
Yeah.
It's the PS1, small one.
Yeah.
A PS2,
Yeah, I think we had 2 PS2s.
2 PS2s, and a mini. Did you have no normal PS1 consoles?
I think they were all figured.
Yeah.
Oh,
We had a bunch of them, and I think we tested them, and they were working. But then
yeah.
we had some technical problems with the consoles. Just
Yeah. After having them run for more than an hour,
Yeah.
that's when we sort of found if they were going to be
and like running
3 hours, you know.
Fair
Sort
enough.
of found them heating up and not being happy.
damn.
Across different consoles as well, but PS1's, the lasers, I mean, started off just couldn't read a disc.
That's right.
That was just,
So
that
ODs
was
maybe is the go.
100%.
Dirty forward, mate.
I think so.
Or you can use my PS3 that I've recently soft-loaded. I don't play PS1 games.
It's gotta be-
burnt ones, the ones that you burnt me work.
It's got to be original-ish hardware.
Well, that's only
Open
2
to PS.
generations removed, and it's emulating it
It's
on
a
there.
PlayStation, ain't it?
Yeah, it's somewhat,
yeah, true.
it's somewhat original.
We'll play PS1 discs, so
Yeah, it can play PS1 discs, so
like all PS3s can,
yeah.
which is just
Well, the PS2 emulates as well.
PS1.
It's, it's not playing it natively.
Oh,
I don't
no,
think.
it feels good.
It does. And so it does on the PS3 as well.
Yeah.
But the best thing would be to have the 4 beautiful actual PS1s.
Yeah, big fat boys. Yeah.
Yeah, the fat boys. I do like
Right.
the slims, but to have them lined up.
Yeah.
Oh,
All working. It's going to be wonderful. No
I'm
worries.
scared to take a shit.
Sorry. Sure do.
Yeah, fair enough, mate.
Listening.
You say listening.
This is right here.
Yeah! You just hear him. Somebody let this demon out of me!
Scary movie, is the best.
Yeah, that's what it's from, right?
Release this demon!
Yeah, there's flies and shit coming. So good.
It's really good.
How good is this arcade nook?
It's the best.
Behind us there is friggin' a space demon and 2 Hellfire cabs. 3 of the rarest Nintendo or arcade cabinets in the world.
Yeah.
Right there. Pretty crazy.
The DK Cabaret.
Blows my mind. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
About cabarets.
It's the most beautiful cabaret made.
Another one today.
Oh, did you really? Ooh.
Yeah.
From Star or?
No, so it's one that I purchased ages ago, but it's been at Phil Day's place because he came from Melbourne. I've just paid for it to come back up here.
Oh, nice one.
So it's a LAI Cabaret Asteroids.
Oh,
Destroys all. What?
Yeah.
well,
Cool.
record coming up then.
No, fuck no, not on asteroids.
It's the
I also like asteroids would play on that. What do you call it?
vector screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not going to
Too-
go close. I
yeah,
think that'd be,
yeah,
like,
it's
super
too much.
expensive and
It's too
stuff.
much hard work, man.
Would you have to use Vector if you wanted to get an arcade log record? Would you need an original
I'm
screen?
not sure.
Oh.
Well, would a vector game like that play? Like
There must be a way to convert it, I think. Like, I don't know how the signal works, but I would think there's a way to convert that if it's a different signal. Because I don't know if it's the same signal, but it's just a different monitor,
yeah.
or if it's a different signal and
Mm.
must be a way to convert it.
To look into it.
But yours is not Vector.
I don't think so. I doubt it.
It doesn't work.
No,
Doesn't.
no. Like
That'd be silly.
it's been completely covered.
Right.
It's just got a vertical 14-inch monitor,
Oh, okay.
but I doubt that's the monitor because it's been like Asteroids is a horizontal game. So there's something else that's been on it. But I'll move it back to horizontal. Probably won't put Asteroids in it, put something else in.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, so another horizontal
What I miss?
80.
Oh, nothing. We just had a break.
Neil got a
Boner?
cabaret. Yeah.
Both? You got both at the same time.
He saw the cabaret and then he got the boner.
Congratulations on the Michael Edwards. Wow.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, he's got a Cabaret Asteroids.
You've got a Cabaret Asteroids.
Yeah.
It's got the left and right buttons and fire sort of thing.
No buttons. I've got it's got the CP where the buttons should go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What button setup will be on there when it's?
Yeah, I'll have to look into it. It arrived just before we headed to head it off. So
Okay, cool.
because Beck came around with our mom and stuff, so I haven't had the chance to really suss it out.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, cool.
Sorry for taking you away from your new baby.
No. Happy to be here.
He's thinking about Asteroids Cabaret the whole time.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a great game.
It is.
It's no spectre.
Once
It
you,
is no spectre.
No.
It's
still
still
better than Space Duel though. I find Asteroids.
I like Space Duel.
Yeah.
The tethered other little vehicle.
Yeah.
Other little
But you
ship.
don't need that. Like you can just play it without it.
True.
Then you got like a little shield.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a shield button and you kind of
Yeah,
bounce
that's
off.
right. Yeah, it's a cool game.
Right.
Where were we up to?
Back to on Thursday the 18th, we had the Australian Console Championships, the first ever Australian Classic Console Championships. Huge event. Lots of work, lots of hardware and software. That was probably the hardest part of the setup. Just procuring, talking to everyone in the community who can lend working material, working games, working consoles, working controllers, cables, AV cables. It was huge. We had like a room full of gear basically. Would have been like those big IKEA storage tubs. 10 of them, like just for all the gear, if they were all put in the tubs and different bags and different boxes. Yeah. But it was awesome, absolutely awesome. We had from Atari right the way through to Dreamcast. It was just amazing.
Mainly supplied by Russell Dagger, I
Yes,
believe.
Russell supplied.
Some of it even worked.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Huge amount of gear.
That's unfair. A lot of it was the sheer volume of stuff that Russell had supplied was awesome. I remember showing there was like 3 or 4 huge tubs of stuff that was just consoles, and I was just like, wow,
Wild. Yeah.
how do you manage to like keep all that stuff stored? It's pretty crazy.
So that's just his personal collection. He doesn't have a shop or something.
No.
Well, so just collection.
So that was an amazing event across 16 different games across the consoles, qualifying for a couple of hours and then finals 16th to 1st Swiss elimination style. And it was Matthew Tolhurst, Mr. Pitfall, came 3rd. He had an awesome run.
Wow.
Second place we had John Tannehill, again another 2nd.
All right.
And then Australia's first Australian Classic Console Championships winner is Pat Mortis.
Wow.
Anya Ola.
Legendary manoeuvres, yeah.
Yeah. AKA Awashawa.
Yep.
Awashawa.
And other names.
Other names. Yeah.
Legend.
I call him Dickhead sometimes.
I wash that.
He loves it.
You wash me.
I'll wash him. No, you wash him.
But yeah. lovely guy.
Congratulations all the same.
Legendary. Thanks, Pat, for being a great human and an excellent player of consoles.
Good sport. Yep.
Thank you.
100%.
I miss you. We get along.
Yes.
We always pay each other out in the game
Great
system, game of the month.
The next day on the Friday, we had the good fun afternoon event of Donkey Kong Level 3 that everyone gets together and has a great Donkey Kong time with, because you don't have to play as seriously, but and it's more fun, more open to randomness, and yeah. That was just brilliant.
Yep.
We go into placings straight away.
Yeah.
Any memories of DKL3 from yourselves?
Yeah, was there any crazy standouts or anything like that?
I thought it was going to be my day. I thought it was going to be like a smash. It's going to be all those points pressing every single screen. Just died.
Oh,
Just died.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's just an awesome time because it's when everyone's together catching up. There's games happening. Don't get me wrong, but
More about hanging out with
hanging
everyone.
out, just everyone
the
being in the
community,
same place for the first time.
Yeah.
Before the big week.
That's true. It's the first night that everyone comes together for Kong Off, and so it's great to sort of get in and you start seeing a little bit of trash getting talked, and everyone starts to try and flex on one another. So that, by everyone, I mean like Jeff Barrow and Tekio.
They were just ripping off their shirts and flexing.
Yep, that's right. Lots of flexing, which is it's pretty impressive. So, I don't know. Anything stand out? It was mainly people weren't happy with the hardware. That's about it. That stands out for me. So that was good.
What people do you mean, Jeff?
I can't confirm nor deny.
I wasn't even there, and I'm pretty sure I heard him complaining.
Yeah.
A little bit of what,
yeah, he's a whinger.
a little bit of what level 3's
He knows
about
he is.
though, is to make sure everything's kind of.
That's true.
Yeah, that's kind of
proper.
part of the reason, I guess.
Yeah.
For the comp.
Yep.
Maybe not on purpose, but like to become a good testing ground. Right?
Yeah, look, it's more of a social comp than it is anything really competitive. Like, there's still like a little bit of competitiveness in it, just for the reasons we said. Like, it's the first time everyone catches up for the year, and everyone wants to sort of put in their best, but that's probably about as far as it goes competition-wise. But it is a good opportunity to put the cabs through their paces, but I guess moving forward, we kind of want to make sure that everything's all good before DKL3, and I don't recall whether I stayed very late for level 3 comp this last year, because I had an exam for uni the next day, and so I had to chip off early, and because it was at like it was at either 12:30 or 1 o'clock or something like that, like smack bang in the middle of the day when qualifiers were on the next day, so that was fun. So I had to try and get myself a good night's sleep so I wasn't totally smoked for the next day, but I think everyone still had a pretty good time, and overall I don't remember anything too bad. There weren't many punch-ons, and I only remember a few cabs catching fire, and
It's not bad.
Yep.
Could be worse.
Yep.
So,
I don't know. Apart from that,
No.
Neil, anything come to mind?
Not really, unfortunately. So it was just a good catch up.
Yeah.
I can't even remember who placed and.
all right,
and
there
won,
we go.
but-
Yeah.
So
Third place was surprisingly Matthew Tekio.
Yep.
Second place,
King.
second place was Barra. Yeah, Andrew Barra.
First place was the King, Jeff Satter.
First place, Jeffrey Sutter.
The true king.
Yep.
fun.
Yeah, right.
Congrats, Jeff.
On your Geff.
And that covers our
North
deep-
Melbourne's
North Melbourne star,
AFL star.
He does love it.
Yeah. Good on you, Jeff.
That closes out our Friday in the arcade and console space.
Yeah.
On Saturday, the next day, we had the kick off the a couple of comps actually. Ultimate Punch Console Edition. We had Peter High coming third. Well done, Pete. We had Eric Clothier in second, and Ernest Lim Morris first.
Of course.
I think we've all
Ernest is a beast,
seen
man.
Ernest
This
around.
guy.
Yep,
Yeah.
he is unbelievable fighting game.
Yeah,
Quite well.
short little dude, like long
Yeah.
hair, and I think he brings his son sometimes as well. Ernest.
He's just great.
Were you a part of that?
No, I was doing other things
Like,
during. Yeah, I was helping with a bit of the setup and stuff.
Volunteering.
Yeah, just running around doing. Actually, that might have been the day when I was actually on the road picking up stuff for BPAC, like back and forth here and there. But yeah.
What games were in that comp?
Oh, that would be a question for Mr. Tannehill.
Right.
Tekken
Soul Calibur, maybe? on
Tekken
GameCube?
6 Soul Calibur on GameCube, yes.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. What's it? I think Mortal Kombat 9 on PS3. I think. Oh shit. I can't remember.
Full game list to be published later.
Yeah, sure. We'll put it in the description below.
Oh man. I better go look it up.
Also on the very busy Saturday was the N64 GoldenEye competition, which is always a big draw card for many people, and lots of randos that
was
we don't see in the retro community. Yeah, they just come out with their
Yeah.
N64 controllers and smoke people.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
One of those ones that'll bring people out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Did Peter, who won the competition the year before, did he end up coming in?
I think it did, yeah. So third place was Anthony Smith, second place was Stephen Lefborg, and first place Peter Sandercock.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
And we had chats with him after. He's happy to lend CRTs again for this upcoming BPAC and to lend consoles, controllers.
He's such a nice bloke.
Yeah, awesome.
I remember the first time when it was running, I was like tournament director, I guess, and he just rocked up and it was super nice the whole time. Brought his own control and it just absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
He did alright against Carl.
Yeah, he held his own against Carl.
Okay.
Yeah, who's one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
So after
super Australian too. Like he goes in with
the mullet of destiny coming in and
mullet.
it's amazing.
It's short.
It's quite imposing, largely the stubbies and
It's kind of the Billy Mitchell of Australia, but like he's actually a good bloke.
Well, that's the Australian part, I suppose.
Yeah, true.
does that mean it's like the opposite, or
I'm not. I don't want any legal action.
not really sure? Not really sure what you mean, Sean. Right.
Whoever edits this, please cut this.
Yeah.
Please cut this out. I don't have the funds to fight in court. I think he's great. I like him.
He's the best. Give us a thumbs up, Sean. See, big fan.
He's a nice
Sean
fellow.
Rowland.
Yeah, he's good.
That was great. That was so good.
That's staying in the show.
and no one up in the Play It Up podcast has ever illegally downloaded a ROM to play on a non-original console. That's never ever happened.
That's
No,
great.
I wouldn't even know how to do that.
I don't even know where you get those from.
That's
So,
wrong.
Yeah.
like a rom-com or
Is that like a nickname for someone called Romulus?
don't get me started on Star Trek.
We'll be here all night.
Okay, yep. So that rounds out the Golden Icon. N64 Mario Kart comes straight on after, as it does every year. Third place to Peter Sandercock.
Oh, really? In
Yep,
Mario
yep,
Kart?
yep.
Oh, Peter.
Second place, Gordon Ranger. And first place, Andrew Barrow.
No shit. No simple DAC this year.
No.
Oh, he was too busy smashing down Zinger burgers, probably.
It probably was.
Yeah, he
Having the DAC burger
yeah.
with double supercharged sauce,
No lettuce.
single sliced cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the other bits.
I think Barrow grew up with an N64.
Yeah, he did.
His introduction to
He was even in the magazines for like 1080 snowboarding or something back in the day.
Yeah, I got him the magazine, remember?
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
right.
So good.
Yeah.
So he's
I
a
managed to find him the issue. Someone in Melbourne was selling it, so
So good.
yeah, Express posted it over to the Barra family, so they've got a copy of the magazine.
It's a photo of the family, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the magazine.
Sure is.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Can you,
it's awesome.
publish a magazine and put something about me in it, and then buy that magazine for me? Because I've never read it.
It'd have to be years from now. Have the same sort of significance, but sure, we can work something out.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Play It Up magazine be getting released early next year
Nice.
with Sean in it, but
It's
that's probably about it.
Brought back from Denmark for Jerry.
Yes.
Oh.
wow.
Jeez,
It's only Sean in it, not
It is the Gooch episode, I
it
suppose.
really
like-
is. Kind of makes sense when you think of it.
There's
Like
gonna be some Gucci in that one. Listen, I'm sorry, Mike.
It's alright. It's great for some sidebar.
Yeah.
Some jovialities.
Jovial sci-fi is allowed.
Shit. And yeah, finishing out the BPAC for arcade console and all was the Kong Off on the Kong Off 7 on the Sunday the 21st of July.
Should we mention what happened during the AKO qualifiers day? Because that was on the same day as the.
I didn't. Yeah. Yes. Beautiful BPAC artwork.
So gorgeous. That's the monkey.
So-
Hey, if you want to see it, just ask.
So
No dacking on camera.
Oh,
next year's Congress is going to be exciting because the Americans only went to AKO 7, which means that the Australian Kong Off will have ran more years than the American Kong Off.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah, that's a huge achievement.
yeah,
how many did they have?
7.
7, right.
We're tied.
That makes sense.
Tied at the moment, and then
Yeah.
next year will be 8.
Yeah.
Was Richie Knuckles, was that the Kong off the American one? Was he the...
Yeah. He started and ran it and actually had a part to do with it. So,
That's why his name's still on the marquee.
Yeah, right.
Because it's like
Richie started it.
he sort of lent the idea or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it all works, but yeah.
Because I'm following on Instagram, and lately he's just like selling PCBs. I don't see anything else about PCB.
Yeah, I think he's moved
Oh, right.
state or something at the moment, so he might be selling off a little bit of excess that he's got around. Not sure.
he only ships in the US though.
I know.
Yeah.
He shipped Conus.
He had a Spectre up there.
Did he?
Yeah. They
What's
went for
that
like
game?
$60.
Well, I got a ship to account. We could have got it to
Right.
ship it to.
Oh yeah. You can
It
do
went
that.
super quick anyway.
damn.
Spectre is pretty popular, so
They love it over there.
yeah.
If there's anyone who ever only ships to a certain place, that's fine.
Yeah,
You
just,
can just get a third party.
Yeah,
ship
right.
it to them. They're
How much is-
specialised in that.
How much is that shipper to? If you had like a PCB, like a box like that worth
Um,
700 grams or whatever.
Yeah,
That'd be cheap.
I think it just goes on whatever you ship.
Yeah.
There's no like set fee for it or anything. It's really just like a forwarding service.
I'll have to check it out.
And you just
Yeah,
get
it's good.
you pay like a little bit on top of whatever, so that you can actually buy stuff from America that they won't ship overseas.
Cool.
Done it for
So you
stuff
can,
in
you can still
Japan.
get it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. That's how I got the white Game Boy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Used what was a very looking seedy forwarding service or like buyer's service, because their website isn't great, but they are really competitive price wise, and which I wish I could remember the damn name of them. But
Something like Sendico.
yeah, something
I
like
think,
that.
because Sendico doesn't sound like that because they have a very professional website, but there's other ones out there. Yeah, I used it for the Cuphead release on PS4, my Super Deluxe games.
Nice.
Cool.
They had this like cool kind of the soundtrack and stuff, and they only shipped to Japan. I was like, I really want it. Ended up after everything, including like because it was free shipping within Japan, so I didn't pay like shipping twice.
Yeah.
I think it was 75, 80 bucks.
Cool.
Total, including the game. Yeah.
Good.
Japan's not that far. So the shipping's not crazy, but
Right.
yeah, still that's something to keep in mind for those PCBs that you just gotta have.
Yeah. Are we sponsored by these people? This
We-
sounded
we-
like
we-
an
we
ad.
don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, we could be. Yeah, we're not name dropping because we don't remember.
I don't remember the name.
I can't actually, I can't remember the name of the one I used either. So.
Yeah, right. No, that's good to know. Man.
I should probably mention while we're talking about DK qualifiers before we move on that start of the day, the top 8, I think, were the guys who did the initial coin drop. At the start of the day, Phil called us in. We all started, did our coin drop, kicked off a game, and I remember thinking like my mind just wasn't on the job, and I really wanted to just focus on like just trying to get a semi-decent enough score that it was going to make it was going to qualify. It wasn't going to be anything amazing, and it was kind of funny because played just and kept playing. I couldn't give a fucking shit how my game went when I started.
Might be the best
So
way to play.
it turned out it was. So I was playing, people getting up, changing, starting games. Then they'd leave as well a few times, run around me. And, then it ended up that I got within one board or the one more screen before the kill screen.
Jeez.
So I was so goddamn close to kill screening it coming off during qualifiers, and that I could see it like we've mentioned in other episodes where you start getting like a decent game, you start seeing people behind you in the reflection in the marquee when you're trying to concentrate and everything goes quiet, and
Because they're trying to
that,
help.
that's actually distracting.
The pressure.
When like it goes quieter and quieter.
Yeah.
Because I think I probably play my best when there's a lot of background noise, and it serves as like a little bit of white noise and distraction for me because I don't really have that ability to just get all up in my own head because there's background noise that distracts me a tiny bit. And you know what, that actually helps for some reason. I don't know why, but it's almost like you don't overthink shit. You can just you rely on your action reaction reflex when you're playing the game, and you'll learn knowledge of the game instead of second guessing yourself, which you tend to do, and you start getting nervous if you overthink stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my rationale for going with it. So it ended up getting really quiet, and when you have like close calls when you're playing a game online, you have people like a second or so later going like, ooh, because they're watching it on the screen behind you going, ooh.
Yeah.
Or someone in the background going,
Yeah.
So it was like a little bit of that going on. It's like I was getting
where's the beef?
higher and higher.
Got a cab down from you.
Yep. Someone walking around in a tracksuit. Oh no, wait, that was the finals day, wasn't it?
Oh, that's a random guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And
we didn't have the barrier thing up.
Oh no, I'm talking about the guy that was walking around in the "Where's the Beef" tracksuit.
Oh, that's the other guy, the random dude.
That guy, he was no good. So, the game I just had a really, really lucky run and ended up, getting really close to the kill screen, but in the end I just got shut down. It was obviously rivets before we hit level 22, so level 21 rivets got me good.
So close.
That's okay. That was top of the qualifying for quite a while until Barra and Tekio caught up later on in the day, and
Those dogs.
well, it'd be realistic to sort of expect that they would do that anyway. But so I finished that and I had to get my ass up and go straight to an exam. So today nearly did a kill screen and I was like, well, I gotta go.
Whoa.
See you guys tomorrow. Fuck off and go.
You must have known you were like almost 100% safe.
I felt confident.
Yeah.
What was your score?
It was a PB. It was
Oh, that's awesome.
870 something maybe.
Oh,
it was
so
a
good.
good score.
Yeah, taking me out. Mine's 871 flat.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Congrats, dude.
Whatever the hell it was, but it was really great just to be able to go that far in a competition environment where I just and what was funny is that I didn't really care. I just wanted to be able to set one game, and you had like that freak lucky game where how you do some crazy fucking bullshit moves and you think, oh, this is a 50-50, and most of them went right, and I was lucky, so that was enough for me. And I was watching the scoreboard a little while I was at uni waiting for my exam to start and just refreshing. And it was a good day. What else? How'd you go with your qualifying?
I had a couple of really bad games. I had 2 bad credits that just weren't working for me and just got killed off pretty quick. And then on my third one, I managed to put a really good game together. I can't really remember it to be honest. It's been
kill screen, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the kill screen.
I couldn't remember for sure. Hell yeah.
I believe you tipped me at the post, didn't you, mate, with the score that you got? So I think you edged me out.
Yeah, I think I did. Well,
I got beat.
Yeah, you got edged out by the beef.
It wasn't a PB. No, I'm really struggling. It's just too long ago now.
Yeah.
But it was
only
awesome.
6 months ago.
It was awesome to do it. Like I haven't kill screened at Kong off. Like I did one like the week after, like playing at Brewdog. I just went in,
during BPAC, but not as part of the Kong event.
Yeah. But I do remember like what Dennis was talking about is like those close calls and you get those oohs and like behind you and like seeing, you just start to see legs within the bezel. I remember like I get pretty sweaty at the end, like just like a jittery.
Moist beef.
Yeah, moist beef. Yeah, the beef was sizzling. Got there and I was just stoked. I was the first to reach the kill screen, so I got
James petrol money.
I got some petrol money. Yeah. Which is
good.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
What is that, $100 or something?
500, I think.
It's 500.
I think so.
Yeah.
Which is good because I didn't have much money. So it was kind of like, well, at least I don't have to worry about this, like,
Yeah,
getting into our funds. And, you know, I was able to buy some drinks at the bar and things like that.
Nice.
So, friends and
That's pretty
Drink some BPAC beers. Life's
Yeah.
good.
lots of love. Yeah.
Well done.
on you, man.
That's awesome.
How do you go, Mikey?
Just like usual. Didn't play leading up at all. Like
Yep.
maybe 10 credits across the previous year at Netherworld. I don't know.
It's probably why I always see you with a smile on your face.
Yeah, you do seem happy.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a connection.
I don't know. I get curb stomped at home by Doom 64, so that's my
Guilty pleasure.
masochistic pleasure. But yeah, I think I 6 months ago, I think I qualified. I think I qualified low. I think I had a 300,000 maybe, and they got me in, or something like that.
Yeah, the cutoff was a little bit lower this
It
year.
was lower this year,
Yeah.
which was surprising.
Well, the numbers
Alan
were
wasn't
lower.
there, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
No Alan,
that's
no
two,
Sean,
but
yeah.
I don't know who else was.
Yep.
J-Mac wasn't there. The Falcon wasn't there.
Shane wasn't there, wasn't he?
Shane.
No shame.
No shame. Yeah, okay, that brings the total number of people who
Yeah,
usually
the
could
talent
qualify.
pool was dropped. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I snuck into qualifying.
I think that's why I came
Nice
second this year.
Oh,
Right,
all right, man.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's because you're one of the best in Australia.
I doubt it.
You definitely are.
One thing I'll say is awesome to see John McNeil was there.
I know.
How good.
Yeah.
Did he bomb out on DK?
No, he said a pretty good score, man. He was like, I want to say mid 400s or something like that. I
Yeah,
think.
right.
It was commanding.
Damn, I can't say lick at McNeil then.
No, not this time.
Give me back my Kim Catanarm DVD, John, you dog.
Yeah, it's
Miss you.
signed. It's signed, John.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know. Maybe
It is.
you could confirm that.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there watching it with
Yeah.
a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
Well, Sean doesn't have a DVD, so.
You bastard. We ran the Tetris comp with one up together. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good bloke.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
So yeah, end of the big day of Donkey Konging. We had third place, Patrick Silver, another boy from down
Hey.
south. Is he Melbourne or New South Wales?
He is Sydney.
Sydney boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Second place went to Dennis. Big games, big PB.
Raise the roof, bitches. It's
Huge.
pretty low here. It
Can
physically
actually
is.
touch the roof and I'm sitting down.
See? Raise the roof.
Yeah.
Physically. That was good. Had fun. Good game. Played the King. King beat me. Which is to be expected, I guess. So which doesn't really allude much to who the first place was, but you know, I mean, we know it's typically one or the other of either in our little competition in Australia. So,
Okay. And Matthew Tecchio,
Took it out.
King of Kong again.
congrats, King.
On you, man.
Love you.
Good job, mate.
Fucking coming for you next year.
Yeah.
Congrats on second, Dennis.
That was
That's huge.
it was so huge, eh? Like it's it's kind of weird. Like I did a Mikey, and I didn't really play DK very much going into playing Kong off at all, and that just had a few really great games and enjoyed it. For some strange reason, I was in form, and
Crazy.
just worked out that the draw was very fortunate for me. I think. Thinking about the bracket and who I played, and
Yeah, do you remember who you played?
I knocked out Johnny Mac. Sorry, John. Again, give Sean his DVD back.
Yeah, your dog.
You dog. It's so mean.
He's not even like holding on to it. He just hasn't watched it yet. I'm like, take your time. I've got a platform and he can't fight back right now.
That's right.
Up yours, John.
I think I played against Connor as well, and Connor is a very strong DK player.
Took
but-
fourth, right? Was he fourth?
Yeah.
Did he?
Wow, I think.
Yeah, might have been.
So he must have been in the first round for you then if he took fourth.
No, he played against.
He
He
played-
knocked out Pelly, I think.
Oof.
The Pelican.
Ellie, and then he knocked out me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The beef.
Yeah.
But it was. I felt really bad about finishing up, and when Connor and my game sort of came and went, because then, as we know, like the final boss is Tecchio, so he played against Barra in either the quarter or the semis. Do you remember whichever it was?
It was
Because
early.
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it might have been the quarterfinals, maybe.
Yeah.
Against Babra, and he knocked him out.
Perhaps.
Which I think is like the only I think it's the second time they've played each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was it was very surprising to see that happen so early on. And usually, if the draw were different, then it would have ended up that it would have been like those guys against each other in the grand final, 100%.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to beat Barra. So it was kind of fortunate that got a chance for someone else to play in the finals, and I think I know that Phil was happy to commentate about it, but we'd probably have to get Phil in at some point and ask him about it and get his thoughts. I'm sure he'd be happy to lend us an opinion on it. So yeah.
What was the score on the last game in the final?
I think I got to...
It's like mid-200s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would have been lucky if it was 300.
Still decent comp score.
Yeah, it was okay. Like I was nervous.
Yeah, with the nerves and everything. That's a great
I
score.
was so nervous, man.
Yeah.
Playing against Matt, and he doesn't really let his emotions show, you know. And I think that I learned a little bit from that, like playing against him. I remember a couple of years ago when I was playing against the King, and I learned a little bit from that encounter and just played against him this time. And obviously the stakes were very different. But somehow it felt fun. Somehow,
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
What a great
Having a big break. Coming back to something you're familiar with.
Moving forward. Like you've got that experience of being like what it's like at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Which,
so
like,
now when you're in like the quarterfinals or whatever,
That's right.
sorry, I cut you off too. You cut Mike off, so I cut you off.
Nobody's talking. So do we end the episode here, or? Sorry.
Sorry.
I did find out qualifying scores on match play just then. So
awesome.
So I did get a 300. I got 373,000. So that's pretty
tight.
good for me in a game if I played 10 credits or whatever.
Well done, Mikey. That's good. Coming in dry and just doing that. That's awesome.
Connor, we're talking about Connor Weeks. He only qualified with 453,000.
Yep.
So made his way up through the ranks pretty quick.
It's a solid score there.
Dennis 830,000.
Oh, it's 830. Okay, that was still a PB.
Not bad.
Yeah, sick. And
Still take it.
Neil 865,000.
You fucking rolled.
And that's second from the so
865.
qualifying. Dennis was third in qualifying. Neil was second.
Yeah, wow.
And so Barra, the other guys, are way down.
What about Tech?
Fuck those other guys, man.
Yeah, Tekio was
Play
first.
that podcast.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been announced, but there's going to be a shake-up to qualifying this year, which is exciting.
But Tekio got a million, but that's normal for Tekio.
Yep.
Different rules.
Not big news there.
Which is going to make things a bit more interesting.
Yeah,
It'll make it exciting.
I'm down. Gives shit people more of a chance like me.
Me too.
Oh no, but
Makes it fun.
I still have to.
Yeah. Awesome.
So then
That was that.
Tech had to try and find some extra baggage space to take the belt back to Victoria again, and I think his wife and son came up for this visit as well. So I think they might have been off visiting family at that point, but he was he still took it out and did it in style, of course. Made it look easy, as he always does.
It's our king.
Matt.
King Matt.
Beast.
Yeah. So that's all we got for Kongoff, and that was it for another year until we'll do it all again next year.
2025.
Woo!
Yeah, right. Was there any more events?
That's it.
That's
No,
it.
so-
There was plenty of pinball events.
There were some pinball games that were played.
Absolutely heaps.
Yeah.
There's
We heard the world number 2 there, maybe the world
some
number
tilts and
They flipped.
some multi-balls.
Yeah.
But they are willing to,
They had a good time. And
so Joe from streaming in the pinball side, he's willing to help Tech next year lend tech for streaming arcades and consoles.
Awesome.
nice.
And he's got some insane hardware,
Yep.
like
Okay.
crazy graphics
Joe's
cards,
got the good shit.
all like multiple inputs from different machines running into one stream. You just select them around.
That's so good. Yeah, the selecting stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Were all the cabs working with the thing that
Adam Switcher.
Adam
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Adam's product is a little bit fiddly when it gets set up because it's been left unpowered for the better part of a year until we sort of plug it in and test it. But once we work out the kinks to it, it's rock solid, and it's just changing the channels. I think that with the help of a little bit of code and updating of like the little user, like the web interface that it's got, it'll make it way faster to do. Which I think Jeff's mates, because he works in a game studio, that they've got like developers that do all that shit.
Yeah, right.
But I think that they're looking at providing like a little user interface for it, so that it's a bit more schmick.
And Dr. Aaron's working on something as well, isn't he? Dr. Aaron's got some...
Oh, we're picking up the
Aaron
scores and
Rainer?
stuff.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
Some
Dr.
Raspberry
Cox working
Pi.
with some AI and shit to pick up all of the screen recognition stuff, so that you can pick up the scores, and then it'll make it easier to do pace charts and stuff like that, and recognise when people lose lives. In my case, which will probably be a lot. That's come on. No, it sounds really exciting. So we think about those couple of things and how it's going to affect the stream next year, because it's already being worked on now.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Did you say that Jeff's mates are doing something?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think they're working on a web interface for that switcher.
Jeff
What?
has mates?
Jeff's mates, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Well, he pays them.
Poor Jeff.
He loves it. He thrives on it.
Leave Jeff alone!
Oh, Mike's going to make a video.
Yeah.
Leave Jeffrey alone! Please do. If you make one, I'll put it at the end of the episode.
Video if it's that.
Maybe we can get Mike's face. Go AI. Make leave Brittany alone, but with his face.
Leave
Jeffrey alone.
Jeffrey alone. Yeah, I would love that. I need to see that tonight.
Mike's going to quit the podcast if I don't do that. Fuck these guys.
Yeah, it's too weird for me. I'd understand that. What other events were there? All the console events had finished by the time Commonwealth finals went through, didn't
It was
they?
all done.
Well,
Well,
Commonwealth was the back end for the first time.
Yeah, that's what I was like. There's no.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I thought that there was.
Am I wrong in saying that?
No.
Oh no, you're right.
Because
Yeah,
it was like a
come
week.
off and then a double C at the end. Yeah, normally.
Yeah, usually it's come off at least when we were at Brewdog was the first weekend when A double
Oh
C.
shit! I just realised we're going to have the A double C and the A triple C at the same event next year.
Yeah,
We might need to rebrand the name somehow.
Oh,
It is going to be right.
Yeah.
Australian Arcade, no, double AC.
AAC.
AAC is going to be QAO now. It's going to be Queensland Arcade Open instead of.
No, that's right. You mentioned the
we're
other
not.
night. Yeah.
Wow.
Like so QAO, Greta,
Cool.
which is
Yeah,
ironically also Queensland Audit Office, which the event isn't about auditing.
We're going to have so many people lining up.
I'm
for the
telling you what,
Q&A.
what is this place?
Yeah.
This isn't auditing.
I'm here for auditing.
So,
What is this bullshit fun?
we thought that just naming it AAC, like talking to John about it, was a little bit presumptuous. But Queensland Arcade Open, then that's fine. Like, it's a Queensland event, and anyone can come play in it. So it's an open event. So those three things. Well,
It's nice.
Come up with a name.
I like how that's so far away from A triple C.
Yeah,
It's much better.
It's much easier to figure out one compared to the other, I think.
True.
And BPAC is a Brisbane Performing Arts Centre as well, so
Sure is.
check out the hashtags. It's mostly
Isn't it cute?
performing arts
It's
stuff.
mostly people dancing
Yeah.
and
It used to be cute.
and
No, it's a different thing. It's like
Oh, is it?
like stage dancing stuff.
Yeah, right. Oh, well.
hashtag BPAC is life.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Guys, I need to take a whiz.
Time for a wee break.
Dude.
I need a whiz.
Hey guys, Sean here. Thanks to everyone who tunes into the Play It Up podcast. We really love doing this podcast and really appreciate everyone who listens. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching for Play It Up Podcast. You can find the full video podcast on YouTube, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Anchor, and more. If you want to ask us a question, you can do so on Anchor, and your question will be featured on the podcast. If you like what we do, please remember to like, review, comment, follow or subscribe, and please recommend us to your friends. Thanks guys, and enjoy the episode.
All excited back in Australia. Got pretty drunk.
That was a great episode.
Yeah. I'm going to have to
Had a lot of fun.
listen to it again.
It was up there with the joint episode we did with the GTS boys as well. That was pretty funny. Yeah.
Was that the one where we finally all got together for the episode?
Yeah.
Was that,
Yeah. It was one of the episodes after. Actually, no. Sean was still in Germany, I think. At that. No, wait, you weren't because. Or were you? You were still in Germany, but three of us were here. I reckon.
We had pizza.
Yeah.
We did it here. Oh, the one at my house with the pizza.
No,
That was-
the pizza one here, yeah. GTS.
That's okay. It's fine.
Also happens when they get older.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Wait, we did one here with the GTS?
What you mean?
Maybe you weren't here.
No, it was they were remote, but the three of us were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then you were still in Germany.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
like the
That
last
makes
one that
sense.
you did
I thought
before.
you were saying I was here. Okay.
I was trying to remember if you were or weren't, but yeah, like Neil said, getting older, the details get a bit sketchy, considering that like we can't remember names of people and stuff like that.
If we actually look back at our podcast, we probably never did one with them, and we always made it up.
That's fine. It took us long enough to organise Dak and Tekio and the other guys to come on the podcast, and
What's happening with theirs? Are they still going? I'd love to hear some more. And the one that
They got
Tekio was
some
doing
number.
with his wife.
when is the next Pressing the Points podcast?
Just see the point.
Everybody,
I forgot the name.
or as you guys call yourselves, Play It Up podcast, because you don't even realise like that you are pressing the points and not play it up,
Yeah.
which is good. But we'd like
We take it
one.
as a compliment.
It's you learn from the best.
You'd like to be like us, but...
And the Forever Grind,
Yeah, Forever Grind.
Yeah.
I was going to say...
I've been enjoying the episodes they're putting out, but obviously I think they did like 5 episodes or something like that.
Well, I must be behind, because there must have been a time that they didn't do one for a while, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I liked it because it was about news, and I don't have like a gaming news podcast that comes out regularly at the moment. If you guys know one, let me know.
I rely on YouTube for gaming news, but it just depends on what sort of gaming news you want, I guess.
Yeah.
Like hardware and software news is mainly YouTube for me.
Yeah, okay.
I just usually listen or normally tune into Game the System Discord. And usually people just post up and complain about that stuff there.
Yeah. Look at this rubbish that's coming out.
Yep. Or posts on shit cabs. And
That's good.
that's about it.
What are we talking about next, Sean? What's the
Mate, next up we have got...
kind of covered BPAC.
Yeah, BPAC's dad.
BPAC's done.
I reckon we talk about
What game?
what we're excited to what we're excited to play during the Gooch Christmas or the Christmas Gooch.
Oof. Yeah, I think. Is that how a gooch Santa? No, it's not important.
Gooch Santa, it sounds like a normal Santa, but a bit more moist.
Yeah. I feel like it wouldn't be hard in this weather. It is very moist.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a pair of trouser pants just like scraping on each other as you walk.
Yeah,
Is that the noise? I don't know. Is it coming from your pants or is it further up?
It's gonna last like.
What games do you think you'll be playing, Neil?
Oh, yeah.
Can I guess?
Elevator action.
I'm done with elevator action.
Hey,
yeah.
He wants to share the load.
Dropping the
Play
load.
Load Runner.
Got some
Road
news?
Runner, yeah.
Some news about elevator action?
Oh, I suppose I haven't shared.
Yeah.
So
Before we get to our Gooch Christmas
And
Gooch games,
Denny's
Dennis
saying
as well needs to share.
Yeah. I feel like Neil probably needs to do the elevator action song for us. You're right. Remember we did that last time. Mark's like, no.
Yeah, so I've been practicing elevator action at home. Took in the board and got the score that I needed. And took in the board to Netherworld and set the world record on the hardest settings, which is the settings I like playing it on. So
hell yeah. 4th credit.
Hard settings.
credit, yeah.
Legends.
Congratulations, buddy.
Awesome.
So that was really fun and really good to do at Netherworld. And then I had a crack at the easy settings because there's a track for that on TG. I hadn't played it before. It was actually because on the easier settings, like the enemies come out the door slower, and their bullets are slower, and they take longer to shoot. And it was just so weird to play after playing it like on hard,
timing,
yeah,
right?
threw off all my time.
You're jumping too soon. You're shooting everything. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
off.
Yeah. So I managed to get like 4th or 5th place.
Right.
Overall.
That would probably be a more hotly contested leaderboard if it's easy difficulty, I guess. So there are more entries on the easy than there are
I think there are. Yeah. I think there are.
which is funny because you probably end up getting more ESI for competing and getting a lower spot on a leaderboard with more people on it than actually playing on hard settings and getting a world record on hard settings.
Yeah. But it's
TGs.
I don't think anyone actually looks at ESI players.
Oh, look, it's meant to serve as like an overall sort of indicator of your experience as a gamer. But you know, like, when it comes to that sort of thing, I feel like it's just another thing that's half cooked in TGs. It probably needs to get sorted out because you would think that there should be some sort of like difficulty multiplier or something like that. Considering like if you're playing a game on hard, that you should probably get slightly more points or more ESI for a game that rather than playing it on easy. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm stumped for answers as to how to fix the ESI, but like it's definitely broken in my mind. Like
I don't have all the answers at all by any stretch.
But yeah, like an example is James Morris can go and absolutely smash a game of Aliens. And play it
double loop, no death, and then
and then like once you submit it, you look at his ESI, and because he's like one or two people that are on the track, he gets like 1 point. Whereas
I get the same thing.
Yeah, right.
I'm 34th place in Donkey Kong, and I've got more ESI for getting 34th in Donkey Kong than like I have for all of the other games combined, and then some.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So like
It's not really a true indicator, is it?
No. Like I don't think.
It's weighted oddly.
Like so, when it comes to Twin Galaxies, I play for a track to be like at the top of that track.
Yeah.
But I don't play it to increase my overall ESI. Like I just don't. I don't.
Sure.
I just don't consider it. Yeah, because I don't think there has been like a leaderboard created that actually amalgamates all games to show how good you are. Like I don't think
it's
it's
complex. It's so complex.
Where do you start? Like, can it be answered?
And even then, like when you talk about things like difficulty multipliers, like I mentioned before, then that's subjective anyway. Because then someone else will come in over the top and be like, "Well, I played this game inside and that game," and then like get into like this whole he says she says thing,
it's
and
just
how could you? Yeah, there's no real indicator of what is absolute in that sense. It's purely subjective.
So
Anyway.
No, it was fun to play.
Good.
Like I said, playing on hardest settings means that you can do it in about half an hour, and it's balls out crazy from the start, which is fun.
I watched. I was there for. I think you did it before I got there.
Yeah.
But then I came and watched you. No, I can't remember. Was I there when you did it?
I think you came in after, and you were watching me play the easier.
No, I still saw you play it on like. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Maybe it was on something else. I can't remember, but it was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like how many close calls you have, that's just normal. That's just part of the game. Like, crazy. Because it's like you said, balls out from the start.
Yeah.
That's for you, Mark.
But yeah, I got second on main, but it was enough to get the arcade world record, so I'm happy with that.
Nice.
And
what score did you get on that?
Second, what was it?
I reckon you're the best.
I do too.
You're the best at main.
But yeah, that was that. And you did yours at the 1UP world record.
Yeah.
Yes, we had 1UP World Record Day 2.0 recently, and a handful of us went for records in different games, and I think in the few weeks lead up to the event, Steve Holmes had put the call out for people who were going to set scores on these games, and I thought, oh, fuck, what am I going to play? Because you're sort of expected to set a score on a game. I thought, God, what can I actually what could I even go close to world record on? And I didn't feel like playing Blade Master again because I don't know, it's alright. It's just, the world record on it is just, it's broken in spots, and I seem to, all of the Right and Fight games that I play are just broken, and that I don't like games that are broken, but I do like side-scrolling beat-em-ups. And so it ends up that the games that I do play do have these problems, and then you have to play and fucking do these things, and so, great. So I have to do this shit spot where I have to fucking do this thing. So that was kind of the same thing with Rastan last year, where you get in the cave and you have to go left and right and kill a bunch of people and get an incredibly bloated score, and then I went 1cc in the game after that because I feel like it's kind of trash if you don't, So for this time around, like I said, I was trying to rack my brains. What on earth can I actually play? And I landed on Zane Selena because that was a fish and chip shop game for me back in the day, and that I really enjoyed it. It was a fun game, and I remember it being notoriously hard. And it's one of those things that, as a kid, you used to think, oh, this game, just remember how much it used to piss you off. And I thought, just the satisfaction involved in going back and fucking shredding that game was irresistible. So I said to Steve, yeah, okay, I'll pony up, and if I get it, I get it. And so I think I had played it prior to where I knew that I could 1cc it because it was a game system game of the month game halfway through last year, maybe, and so I got first spot in that, so I felt confident that at least I could 1cc it. But whether or not I could get a world record on it wasn't sure if that was possible or not. So I checked Twin Galaxies, and it turns out that there was no arcade track for it. So it meant that anything that I set was going to be a world record anyway. So
cool.
I set.
So you got 10 points.
You don't even get 10 points. You get fuck all if it's just you on the leaderboard. So it's
I mean your score on the game.
All right.
Well,
yeah. Record it. Boom, done.
I really should have done that. I think Evan Weston did that on. Oh no, wait. Evan Weston beat a score where someone went and did that. They got 100 points on the original Street Fighter, and that they were the world record holder for ages. And Evan,
so
out of spite, was like, I'm fucking gonna beat that score. And so then he went and maxed it out as much as he can for the original Street Fighter, which is a fucking shit game. So kudos Evan for actually doing that. But so I did the same thing for Zane Selena, where I think who was it that we were talking about? Was it Rob McCauley who played Zane Selena just maybe a year or so ago on MAME or something? We might have mentioned it in a previous episode of the podcast, sure. But it piqued my interest, so I chose that. Started playing it a little, and when the event came around, got the world record, so that was good. 1cc, I think I got 1.349 million, and the record on MAME is 1.5 something. But the way that I played it, it was just a 1cc. I didn't really do a lot of point pressing on that, because there are spots that you can play on that game where you can, under the settings that they had, where you can infinitely leech it, but I didn't do that. So when I created the track, because I had to create the track for it, obviously, so there wasn't the track there, but I did make the point that leeching was not going to be allowed under global rules and rah. But did that set the score? I can't see how the 1.5 mil got done on MAME, because there's a link to the INP. You can't download it.
Yeah. So there was a period that TG lost a lot of their IMPs, so you can't actually view them.
Oh, damn.
Great.
Um,
So you can't actually like prove someone's previous performance. That's classic.
I believe, yeah, I'd have to check with that, but I believe that's the case, that there was a period where people submitted IMPs that were checked and verified, but they're not actually available.
Historically, they're lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So anyway, yeah, when did that?
Yeah,
Got the
nice.
score. I think James Morris did a double loop, no death of aliens, original aliens, which not ABP, which is insane as well. But he could probably do that as well because he's a beast.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Mack did
Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosties.
Matthew Moore.
Yep, and Geff did Makimori, as he calls it.
Alright.
Was he? Mackie Murray.
Yep. And Steve Holmes did one of the crazy ass games that he plays, and
Was it an R-type-y?
something like this, some sort of bullet hell game.
I remember,
don't know.
yeah.
It was nuts, and I didn't like the look of it because I'm not a bullet hell kind of gamer. But yeah, he goes. Everybody who, when submitted a score, said that they were going to play, got their world record,
Yeah, Brad.
which was great. And I think I'm struggling to remember Peter's surname, who's been playing at 1UP recently. He's a really nice guy, and he's becoming more and more lately, and it's great to see more people come into the scene. But yeah, Peter, I think he played Psychonic's Oscar and got the world record on that as well. So I think he actually beat Steve for that, which was really, yeah, confident Steve. But
Steve could probably take it back if he really
yeah,
wanted.
Steve will be like, okay, good score, well done, and then he'll
Yeah.
go back and just
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good day.
John Tannehill was there, right?
Yeah,
I don't
Tanner.
know what he did.
Wasn't he going to do Space Invaders?
I think Tanner was going to do Space Invaders, but he wasn't able to. So I think there was PCB related issues with 1UP's Space Invaders. I think. But to tell the truth, I was sort of busy trying to deal with technical difficulties of my own with Zane Selena, so kind of didn't see what was going on with Space Invaders. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he played something else though and got a world record.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a backup.
I can't recall what it was. Sorry.
We'll be able to tell on
Whatever it
some sort
was,
of social media.
whatever it was,
Yeah.
it was good. He fucking smashed.
Yeah, good on you, Tanner. You got the world record of world records.
Was it something on Nomad, John? Or I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't remember what game it was actually.
It was definitely an arcade game.
Yeah.
Played on hardware.
Yeah, right. Oh, wow. Narrows it down.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Hit 1UP.
It was at 1UP. Yeah.
Played on hardware.
It was one of their 200 games.
Almost there in the feed. World record masters. Here we go. New world records. Hey, okay. Tannehill played Shenryu.
Right.
Yeah,
the
side-scrolling
original
shooter.
Shenryu.
Yeah. And Stephen played Martial Masters.
Martial Masters.
Wait, is Shenryu a shooter?
It is a shmup.
And it's Pete Petrono,
Yes.
aka UFO.
Peter Petrono. Yes.
Ah, yes.
He played R-Type 2.
UFO. What a fucking great initials to certain initials. to put
R-Type
in.
Yeah, it's gold.
How good.
R-Type 2 is pretty loved game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh, yeah.
Show is.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what are you playing over the festive break, Sean? Unless you have any world records?
No, you know I don't.
Yeah, neither do
Tetris
I.
Max out.
Of course I don't.
Well, that's
You got PB,
always
right?
playing Tetris. I did
PB a little while
I
back.
don't know if I mentioned that one. I think I was still around 830 something, 837. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm not too far off
Yeah.
getting the max out. I just need to put together a really good level 18 run, and then post transition, just play. I have to play aggressive and risky,
Yep.
basically. But I'm consistently getting pretty decent scores. So I'll just keep playing that. I'm not in a rush. I said to Neil the other day at work, I almost don't want to get the max out because then I don't have something
You've climbed that
to
mountain.
The chase,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fun chasing.
Go and get the mill on DK, you dog.
Yeah,
you
it's
should.
not as fun.
It is though.
It's
You can stream it, and
Yeah.
everyone can join in.
just
That's what I'll be doing.
Then it takes like each run is going to probably be over an hour. Tetris is less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, true.
So you have to climb that mountain.
I don't have
One
to.
step at a time.
After I do that, I might go for a level 19 max out, which is you just start on like the fastest speed you can play on with dance.
Oh, right. Is that meant to be more challenging?
Transition. Yeah,
You
because
have to start from scratch and being the shit a lot longer to.
yeah, you kind of like you can't stack as high, so you just have to be very efficient with your
Burn,
stacking.
burn, burn.
You get a lot of Tetrises and burn a lot. It's 18, you can actually stack pretty high, but 19, if you stack too high,
Too
you're dead.
fast.
It's too fast. So that's something I might try. But other than that, I've just finished all of the games on the Alesta collection.
Oh, nice.
So a bunch of shoot 'em ups from the Master System, the Sega, or the SG-3000 Japan,
Cool.
and Game Gear. That was awesome. Great games. I played through them with save states because I was just wanted to play them. Have fun. It was still fucking hard.
Yeah, tough shooters.
Yeah.
Was that
But I didn't want to have to like.
was that to get retro achievements? Or?
No, so this is on PS4.
Oh, okay.
Collection. I imported this from Japan. I usually don't spend that much on a game, but it was less than $100 still. But it's only released in Japan. You can't even buy it digitally on the Australian PlayStation Network store, which is weird.
Oh, well.
So they must have the licenses there and not be able to sell it in Australia or something. But
Okay.
I really got really excited for them. I'll splurge a bit between myself.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got that one. I finished that off, and now I'm going to start playing Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Cam from work. Neil knows. Recommended it. I've installed it. Haven't played it yet. I'll play it. Yeah, it's a Capcom game. I think it's third-person sort of
It's resetting,
action
eh?
adventure.
Yeah.
Final fights in a boot loop.
Oh, sorry, Sean.
I'll have to,
If you want to turn it off or...
yeah, I'll have to
Yeah, go for it.
power it down.
Yeah, that's,
Come through here.
That's my
Well,
that's my plan. Play a bit of that, but also Nintendo World
Now it's just
Championships.
restarted. Fuck it again. That's alright, I'll power it down anyway. Just
You
pause.
need me out of the way?
See ya.
Hi.
Yeah, NES World Championships as well. Working on getting S rank on everything. That's
Nice.
just fun as hell.
Yeah.
I finished the last challenge on Metroid last night, which was I think it was the climbing, like the final escape in the game is the master challenge. So there's a master challenge I think for each game, which is like the hardest challenge I guess in terms of difficulty. And this one was like the final part of Metroid where you've got to escape because it's blowing up, I guess. You got to jump, and it's just like, man, that shit was hard. Do you remember it?
That was dog shit.
Dude. It's a little bit of a janky game in terms of like the hitbox and where you're landing on platforms. Like,
It's being able to, in that, you've got to master the art of being able to jump out and
That's 100%.
maneuver your way back in the air.
yeah,
And because there's like a couple of different platform heights, so you can't just remember one pattern.
Yeah.
You have to do it quickly, and you have to like try and like go up really quick.
and
It's not easy.
Jumping and spinning out. You go out, up, and
If we
land
have
on
time-
platform, out and up.
If I have time to show you after,
Yeah,
it's yeah.
True.
So I think Henry actually did it to get S rank in the end on me.
nice.
It was, I gave up. I was like, I'm done.
yeah. I was playing it after midnight last night. Michelle's not home. We don't have a downstairs neighbour anymore, so I don't have to be as conscious about it. So I was like, you fucking. I was getting pretty pissed, but I was still enjoying it. And I needed to kind of like keep myself awake because I was getting sleepy trying to do this like hard challenge. And I finally did it. And I was like, all right, I'm done for the night. And I went to bed.
That's
Really good. That's my plan.
cool.
Nintendo World Championships and Monster Hunter World and Tetris.
Nice.
Oh, and Castlemania, which is a Super Mario game that someone has hacked. It's like a homebrew, and it's Castlevania themed,
Cool.
but it's Super Mario. It's really hard, and it looks awesome, and it sounds awesome.
How have
That
I
sounds-
not heard about this?
Oh, I'll
Castlevania.
send you the ROM. I don't know. You'll have to emulate it. I put it on my flash card for the Famicom, and it's fucking awesome.
we don't
Actually, super
encourage
fan of
anything to do with broken ROMs or sharing of illegal software.
Actually, I don't know. This is fan made and they didn't charge for it.
Yeah, home brews are fine, but
it's okay.
as long as you don't use like the dreaded IP of Nintendo that does send like an army of people to find you. But maybe they do.
I think the game is called Hustlepania.
Super Mario.
Hustlepania.
Hustlemania?
Yeah, Hustlemania.
Yeah. So there's the game plan.
That's me.
Nice. Anyway, I'm boring as usual. I'm going to be playing Final Fight that we just had power down, which is awesome. So during the game isn't wrecked. It's going to be the power supply of that candy cab. Because I know I've had to pull out PSU and recap the fucking thing for a couple of years now, and I've been putting it off. And when it goes through a boot loop like that, it's probably because it's been on for a little while, and that the caps start to everything starts to heat up and it starts to flake out a little bit. So it's a telltale sign that I'm going to need to pull that PSU out and recap the thing. But I don't want to. It's a shit job, and but I really do. I really love that candy cap. It's one of my favourites of like my entire collection. So I'm going to do it, just begrudgingly. Once I do, then I'll play Final Fight.
Cool.
So that, or maybe I'll just play it on main instead.
Yep.
Just a little bit easier. I can sit upstairs in the air conditioning instead of down here where it's stinking hot. And after that, going for the mill.
Nice. Ooh, baby. Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's sick.
You can definitely do it.
I really do want to do it.
Yeah?
I really do. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't want to do like 1.1 or whatever, but I like the idea of being a million. I really like the idea of being a 1 million point player in DK because I started a little later than everybody else coming onto the Kong-off scene, and I've enjoyed playing and getting to know the game. Like it's a horrible game, and I know like episode after episode I say that I hate it, but it's challenging, and the reason that everyone likes it is because it's challenging. So I want the opportunity to be able to learn bottom hammer, and I think that should be enough for that game. That's pretty much it, right? Bottom hammer, and if you get a decent strat, then you're okay for a 1 million point game.
Yep.
And that's all I really want to get out of the game. I don't have any interest in going.
It's a new game. When you do bottom hammer,
So I've been told, because you really have to learn the strats on how to like manage your barrel control and everything in those barrel boards, and that it's nowhere near the same because it's just your eyes need to be in 3 or 4 different places at once. And, I like that challenge of being able to train myself to be able to do it. So maybe a new glasses script first, and then we'll see how we go. So that'll probably be me. We've already done, so we probably talked about it last episode, but Henry and I did S-Rank challenges for Nintendo World Championships on Switch, so we've knocked all of those out. We've got S-Rank and all of those, so Sean's going to go and try and beat all of our times now. So
I'm going to make a spreadsheet. I'm going to put all my times, get Dennis's times, and then just beat every single one. Tell him that he's shit.
Yep.
Post it all over social media.
Yep. I think Sean probably feels the need to beat a 9-year-old at video games, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, me and Henry have a pretty fierce rivalry.
Every middle-aged man's dream that plays games.
So good. Henry writes me letters insulting me.
Yep. Yeah. Gets on my Facebook Messenger and just trashes.
You're Sean, your dog.
Yeah.
Dad doesn't even like you. That's really mean.
That's my boy.
You're shit at Mario.
Yeah.
I'm Dennis. I'm like, that's not from
Dennis. I signed it wrong. It was going to be from Henry. That's all I got in mind.
Nice.
Mikey?
Yeah, I'm thinking about I want to get back into Super Mario 3 on the Super NES. Haven't done the Mario All-Stars Mario 3 for a long time.
Mario All-Stars Mario 3?
Yeah,
nice one.
Just jump back in there.
Classic.
I don't know, I saw a video or two of it on YouTube, maybe, I don't know, a few months back, and I was like, I just have to play it again. Like, I started playing it on the NES Mini a couple of years back, and started digging in like original Mario 3, but I just want to play it the way I remember playing it, which is Mario All Stars. I never really played it on NES that much, comparatively.
Heartbreaking, but I really wanted Mario All Stars to be able to do that because just to be able to play the Lost Levels, and because we didn't really get that in Australia. The only way we could play the Lost Levels was on SNES. We didn't actually. I think the Lost Levels was only like Famicom, wasn't it?
Yeah, Famicom Drive System, I think, came out on Mario.
Meant to be Super Mario 2, but as we know, what the Super Mario 2 we got was completely different.
Doki Doki Panic originally. I think most retro games like that, but not everyone. Which is very
that's cool, mate. But,
Bit of that, a bit more grind through Doom 64 until that just shits me off, and I'm near the. I know I'm near the end. I'm in level 26 or 4 or somewhere. I'm close.
I was going to play this till it pisses me off. I
like,
know it will.
Last night's level ended like.
Isn't that the same as playing BK though?
Yeah, that's true.
Just,
I did that too.
Just grind you like.
I think that it's a great idea having like your primary game that you want to play, but as soon as you hit the rev limiter with it, you can go back to playing another game that's like it's fun, but it's different.
Yeah,
that's it. That's what I do. That's the rotation at the moment is Doom 64 until it really shits me, and then just Gran Turismo 2, which I'm playing on the Dreamcast through the emulator disc.
That's crazy.
The Bleem disc, which is awesome. And it just HDFIs Gran Turismo 2. The memory card for the Dreamcast saves it as a Gran Turismo 2 memory card save. Right. It runs perfect. I heard reports of it way back when I first looked into it that it would crash and be glitchy and like some of the graphics would be like really dodgy. But it's just like playing Gran Turismo 2 on high def on like Duck Station basically. Not as crazy smooth as Duck Station, but like super high def. You can
so you found it to be pretty good, like overall.
Yeah, it's beautiful and like
it must be emulating, right?
I don't know how it works.
There's no way it's playing natively on a fucking Dreamcast. It's crazy.
Whatever that boot disc does, which is like the legit boot disc, it just
I'm gonna look into it. That's interesting.
So I'm going to try some other PS1 games as well to see if anything else works. So I'll try a couple of those discs. So that'll be the main part of gaming, I think. And I've got a bunch of Japanese PS1 games that I've ripped and put on the PS1 Classic Mini as well. So I want to give those a shot. Which is Gran Turismo 1 and 2. Surprise, surprise. I've got Initial D as well, which I gave a little bit of a shot the other night and starting to get like.
How did you find the D initially?
Did
it take a while for you to enjoy it? You don't like that one.
But no, I just started to. I played it for like 20 minutes because I was just testing him as I was putting him on. And it was looking pretty good. I want to dig into that one a little bit. The old D.
The old D? Yeah.
But that's
nothing like it.
That's going to be about it. I think they'll be the main ones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About yourself, Neil? What are you?
So I'm currently playing Blade Runner.
Yes.
Picked it up in November. Had a really good game yesterday, so I've got 912k, and you max it out. So like I've done the first loop. I'm just trying to.
Max out's $9.99.
Sorry.
Max out's $9.99. Not like $1 billion, but $1 million.
Yeah. So like I'm hoping I can get it in the next couple of weeks if I can get some game time in. Then I'll probably. I'm also going to join Denny in the run to the mill. So
cool.
I'll join you guys too, but my run to the mill's in Tetris.
Yeah.
He's going to drop a load, then go and get a mill.
Nice.
Yeah. I like that.
That's the name of that's the episode title right there. Dropping a load, getting a mill.
Jeff Sutter kindly gave me his Donkey Kong Cabaret, which is like a grail cab for me to have.
Cool.
And like,
I've never seen one.
he's funny enough, there's one here. So he told me that he could have it. I could have it with an OG board if I go for the mill. So
you were like, yeah, I'm going for the mill.
I was like, look, this is so kind of you. Like, how can I not? But I probably wouldn't have done it if he didn't give me the cab. So,
how do you find playing the Cabaret cab deal? You find it comfortable to play?
It's
control panel position is clearance-wise is a little bit different. than standard upright cab. You find it comfy enough to play, and
I don't play it for long. Like, if I did like a 4 or 5 hour stint there, I'd start to probably feel uncomfortable. But I think that would be for most games anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, at the moment, like it feels comfortable enough to play. I stand and play, whereas if I'm playing a proper like the upright machines, I would sit.
that was my next question, whether or not there was something to be able to sit down, because playing an upright cabinet, you can kind of stand or sit. The cabaret is like it's a bit of a different height, and that it might not necessarily be comfortable to sit down and play. And
Yeah, you
kind of have to stand.
you're forced to stand to look down.
Yeah.
True.
Like
Yeah,
the screen,
yeah. Otherwise,
the screen is
The
on the
position
line.
of the screen, for anyone who doesn't know, cabaret cabinet is basically like a lay-down position screen, almost like you're playing a cocktail cabinet.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of halfway between an upright and a cocktail.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but it plays really well, and I actually really like seeing Donkey Kong on the smaller screen.
So much easier to keep track of what's going on the screen,
Yeah,
isn't it?
good
When
point.
you don't have to look at like a 20-inch monitor. Because sometimes I feel like, I don't know if you feel it, when I'm playing on an upright, there are like things that happen outside your peripheral vision if you're really concentrating on something.
Yeah,
I find that playing a 14-inch monitor, it's way easier to keep track of everything. Do you sort of feel like that too?
Yeah, a little bit. And
I'm blind as fuck, but maybe.
I also find that I find the game more beautiful on a 14-inch screen,
Yeah,
because
right.
so when you see it on the 20-inch screens, like those, like, because it's such a pixelated game, right? Because it's made in 1981. Yeah. The 14-inch kind of refines those pixels down, so you
That's right.
kind of makes it a bit neater, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you're not a fan of widescreen Donkey Kong?
Oh, well, there's like, it's not that I'm not a fan, I just think like, I suppose like an example would be Pac-Man. Like if you see Pac-Man on like a massive 9-inch screen, like it's not the most beautiful game, but like you can see what they were trying to do with those pixels on a refined screen.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, so like, anyway, I do like Donkey Kong, so I am looking forward to doing it, but I wouldn't have done it if Jeff didn't give me an arcade, because I have, not to say I've accomplished anything fantastic, but I have accomplished what I wanted to with the game. Like, so I'll do that, and I'm also going to play some Death Charge again. So my PB's at, what is it? It's like 4770, and the record's 4810. So I was like 40 points
40
off,
points,
which
bro.
is
What is that? How many enemies you got to kill?
1.
Oh, damn.
So,
God.
and that's like that takes you from like
That's hectic.
the leaderboard's so tight, right? So that takes you from like what 4770 would be like probably 10th place,
Right.
but because like you can like different submarines with different points and stuff. Like,
So if you get the right submarine, you're number one.
yeah, well there is like a bounty on it for
5,000.
5,000, but I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, that's a safe bounty to put out.
Yeah, I think
For whoever's paying it.
I've got a feeling. So it was was the bounty put out by Red Elf, and he's a bit mischievous with his
Is he?
bounties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
His
so
name's Red Elf. Elves are known to be mischievous.
so he put,
Especially the red ones.
he put one out for Alpine Ski.
Watch him if he's out on a shelf.
He put one out on Alpine Ski where he knew that the score was not on the right settings, so he kind of used it to create a dispute or activate a dispute on that particular game.
A little sneaky.
So
Kind of
it
smart.
was very clever, and I feel like maybe someone gloated and said, I got 5,000 on Depth Charge, and he's just like put a bounty on it just to kind of potentially prove a point.
Yeah, be like, look, I put this money out there. If someone could have done it, they would have done it.
That's a theory.
You,
There's no.
you didn't take the bounty,
Yeah.
so you're full of shit.
I like that though. Like,
It's a good idea, putting your money where your mouth is from a certain point of view, I guess. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
That's all. That's a like. There's no
theory.
Yeah, that's a theory.
Yeah, unsubstantiated theory. You
Yeah.
can't prove that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound out of the realms of possibility.
Yeah, because like 4810 compared to 5,000, it doesn't seem like a lot of points, but it's so low scoring game.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like such a leap, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to other games, that could be like 50k in defense or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Which is
So,
a
yeah.
decent amount.
So that'll keep me busy for probably a year and a bit.
Yeah.
So this Christmas episode next year, you'll be like, still working on Death Charge.
I've got 999,000 on
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It's been a shit year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff, for
Alan,
giving me
Alan got the meal, I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh. That'll be a Christmas miracle.
I'd love it if Alan does get the meal, by the way.
Is he still
get the
playing?
meal, Alan. Yeah, for 10 minutes at a time usually.
Man, he gets rage quits.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can understand it. It'll do that to a man.
That'll be us next year.
Yeah.
Brian.
I'm just going to casually go for that 2K mil, by the way. I'm not going to be putting in
Yeah,
crazy
same.
hours
I'm-
set on it,
I'm-
so.
Don't rip yourself.
I'm not going in hard for it at all. I'm
Yeah.
going to just try and pick away at that when I've got the time, and
Yeah.
just I want to do the same strategies that you sort of talked about when you initially got the kill screen, and just try and keep fresh and keep regular games coming in for it, but
Yeah.
nothing major, and then at least you're still in practice, and if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
You're not repeating
Because
things 10 years against
I know if I
Yeah.
went for like 5 hours a day, like Jeff and Matt did,
I can't
even
do
felt
that.
like I would
I can't
just,
believe it.
I would just get over, I would just be burnt out so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a different
That's
level of dedication.
why Matt doesn't want to play it anymore. Just
Yeah.
I don't think he can stand fucking looking at the game anymore. Who could blame him?
Yeah, man.
I want to continue to love it because I do love it.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
still enjoy it when I play it.
Yeah.
After like 40 minutes or something, and I'm having a good game, I'm still like, I don't really care if I die. But it's because I'm not playing it differently than I used to. I think if I was going for bottom hammer and I had like new goals, but right now
Might be different,
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't really have a purpose to keep playing. I'll play it and I'll be like, this is fun, but
I just hope
now
I
I'm just
can.
repeating.
Yeah. I just hope I can train my mind to be like, you are playing seriously for a million points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be hard.
I'll send you nudes if you
Oh, thank you. Yeah, send me that book.
Oh yeah, Jerry's special book.
Yeah. Your own version. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Featuring me? Alright. There's a lot of spreading in that book, so it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Alright. Shall we wrap it up, team?
I think
Or-
that's
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's a good spot to end it.
what a
on.
note to finish on.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's
Strong finish.
So yeah, it's a very, very good play it up sort of style.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Play It Up podcast. You can find us online on what's the Spotify now? It's not on Anchor.
OnlyFans / where's the beef?
That's a subscription-based service, by the way. So
Yeah.
if you want the free version, you can just look at us on YouTube. So we do publish those videos there on the full version of on YouTube. We also do that on Spotify now. We actually publish the videos on Spotify, and we're only doing voice before, so
Yeah.
which is a good thing. So no matter how you want to get your Play It Up fix, you can look at it either way, which is great.
Nice.
We're on Apple, we're on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, and all the links have been updated now, which is really good. They even work, so Sean was
Yeah.
good enough to do that.
If you weren't working, Google Podcast is not a thing anymore.
Is it not?
Apparently.
Wow.
I clicked on that and it was like,
Go on.
Google Podcast doesn't exist. Now we'll go to this other thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like almost everyone specifically uses Spotify or Apple, but I'm not sure. Maybe people use other things. Can't hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. I got nothing.
Awesome.
Sean, nothing.
Nothing.
No.
I'm used
Good
to
chats. That was awesome.
Merry
it. Should go.
Beefmas.
Merry,
Yeah.
Merry Beefmas.
Merry Beefmas,
Merry
buddies.
Beefmas.
Yeah. And
Share the load.
Well,
Share the loot.
I will see you in 2025.
Yeah. See y'all.